Let me tell y'all something right now. He's a baller on and off the court because he handles his business, whether it's dropping bars or just shooting them threes. I already know what that is. It's a pleasure to have you in there, but you are not alone. You have a legend sitting next to you, and I cannot wait to hear the stories of Val. I cannot wait.
Wow.
She said, "Oh wow, looking like Yo-Yo over here." King Dope.
Like
let's run it back, man, because I feel like I've been blessed to be part of your journey. Not so much from the beginning, but from the early stages. Yeah. So by the time we all linked up, which is a couple years ago, how'd that come about? Let them know who don't know.
Man, this journey has been, not even to sound cliche, like, oh, it's been hard. You know, I don't want to sound cliche, but I'm gonna call it what it is. It has been difficult. You know, this music industry is not for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, you really gotta have thick skin. You gotta have a strong will, and you gotta be delusional, really, as an artist. No matter what, just to know that you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really been my process this entire time, from starting off solo and, you know, just meeting people, making connections, as many as I can. You know, my talent got me to where I needed to go, but at the end of the day, I still got to put the work in.
Yeah, and that's what I admire and see you do. I mean, obviously, we play so many, like 70, 80 games a year with our celebrity basketball team, with our sister station Power 106, and of course KDAY. We go out, give back to the community. Not only are you putting all your blood, sweat, and tears on the court, but you perform at halftime. Yeah. You meet. I sit back and just watch you move. Mm-hmm. And here's a guy. To me, you are like an artist from the '90s, where you want to earn every piece of it. Right. You don't want just something to go viral and all of a sudden you have that overnight success. Right. But I respect the route that you're going. But does that ever like bother you when you see other people that may pop up all of a sudden have this quick success and yet you're still grinding, or does that motivate you more?
I mean, ultimately I'm human. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you've been grinding for so long and you know your break is somewhere around the corner.
Yeah.
You know, then you see other people who just get instant success overnight. It's like, man, why that ain't happening for me? I'm over here busting my, you know what I'm saying? So naturally you have those feelings, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I gotta understand that it's not up to me; it's on God's timing. Yeah. So when I look at that, I can't get upset. If anything, when I see people getting instant success or their process is their success came faster than mine, I can't get mad at it. It just motivates me because I know my time is coming at some point. So I just gotta stay on the course and keep doing what I'm doing.
And you're that dude that bottles that up, and you take that energy and you just release it when you hit the stage. Yeah. I'm a witness to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm excited about seeing this journey, because when it all does come to fruition, I mean, to me, you have all the talents across. You could do commercials, you can act, you have the look, you got the bar. So you are what they call the full package, and that says a lot about you. So when you hear that, and that's probably one of the reasons why Val Young even wants to step into the booth with you, because she's not here for no reason.
There you go.
There's a reason she's here.
The reason she's here, man.
How'd this come about? I mean, we're gonna talk about her legendary stories in a minute.
Okay. Well, first, the producer of the record, Desmond Mapp, he goes by Des Dynamic. Shout out to Des, man, because he's awesome. He had sent me that beat, and immediately I was just like, oh, I don't know what this is, but this is real nostalgic. Like, yo, I need this. So he's like, okay, babe, when you get a chance, come to my studio, we'll lay it down. He was like, you need to get with me next week. We can do that. I said, okay, cool. I came back the next day. Like, literally, I was at work at this time. I was working at my job, and I wrote, the words just came out of me. I was at work just, you know, and literally, like, the next day, I called him like, hey, fam, I'm ready. He was like, already? I said, no, like, I'm coming tonight. I don't care what you got to do. I'm coming tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we went that night, laid it down. At that time, I told him, I said, look, I hear somebody singing on this record. I don't know if it should be male, female, but I do hear somebody singing on this record. I don't know who it should be. Des was like, well, why don't we get Val? And I'm like, Val? He was like, Val Young. I said, you know Val Young? He was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, if you can make it happen, make it happen.
Right.
So I ended up, my big bro, Marvin Brown, I called him one day and I said, hey, Marv, I said, what you think about this record? He said, bro, that's hard. You need somebody singing on it. I said the same thing. Marvin was like, you know what? I'm going to get Val. I said, bro, Val Young? He said, yeah. I said, bro, Des just said the same thing.
And they had not even talked to each other, but they said the same name.
They said the same thing. They had talked about it.
Yep.
So I'm like, damn. I said, yo, Des just said the same thing. He was like, Val is like my sister. He said, I'll call her. He said, matter of fact, hold on. He put me on 3-way Val. He called her right then and there, told everybody, said, yo, King Dope is little boy. We got this record. Val being the amazing person that she is, like, oh, anything you want. If it's dope, if you're co-signing on it, let's do it. We got in the studio like a week later and did it.
And there it is.
There it is.
And she just hadn't even heard the track yet, just went on words saying, look, if they co-signing Val, you say you in to win it.
But, you know, I get a lot of calls
Yeah.
to do work, but I'm very choicy.
As you should be. You earned that right.
You know? I don't, you know, get on everything. But when I heard his tone and I heard his voice, it just, I said, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Because he has a very special tone. He gives me that pop.
Yeah.
He gives me that back in the day, the real stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and so I said, I got to do it.
You got to do it. And here's it coming from Val Young, who, like, if you just Google her, one of the first things that may pop up could be like, oh, my favorite day in the studio. Let me just tell y'all. You in the studio with Rick James, Bobby Womack, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg. What is that experience like, and how did you get to that point in your career?
Wow. Well, I was born and raised Detroit.
Okay.
I'm a little girl from Detroit, church girl growing up. I grew up singing in school, around the neighborhood, you know, and all. And I was determined I was going to leave Detroit and go to Hollywood.
Okay.
You know, so I came out here, and for everyone that I'm blessed and have worked with, I always call it out. I manifest and say,
There you go.
I'm going and do it.
Yeah.
I pray about it and I get it.
From D-Town to Tinseltown, you come out here,
Yeah.
connect with some of the most legendary artists in the game, from pop, R&B, hip-hop, and now
That
you in there.
band I did all Charlie Wilson. That's me. Oops Upside You. Outstanding. That's me singing Outstanding. All the Gap
Don't make
Band,
me have
Oops
you sing on
Upside-
spot. I'm sitting here with my mouth open.
All of the Gap Band, Yearning, Outstanding, Party Train, Oops Upside Your Head. Look on every Gap Band album, and Charlie Wilson will tell you, that's Val Young.
Let me tell you right now.
Early in the morning.
Well, look, hold on. Through the holidays, I was watching CNN. I seen the Luther Vandross documentary. You need one.
Everyone
You
say
need
that.
your flowers. I mean,
Everyone say that to me, Val. Why aren't you doing? Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to start writing my book.
you got to.
And they say, do your documentary, do your flowers, get them now.
You have to. I mean, the credits that you have and the songs that you sang on that are timeless, and the people you've connected. Off the air, we talked about you and Johnny Gill. You call Yo-Yo on the
Bobby
phone.
Brown.
Bobby Brown.
That's me on tour with Bobby. That's me singing with B. Brown, from Gerald Levert, from Eddie Murphy, from, I could just keep on naming. I've been truly blessed.
You really have. And that's why it's so amazing. I was excited when King Dope hit me up and said, yo, I got this record with Val. He said, you don't understand this connection and how it even came about. So when I see this moment, it solidifies what his career is going to be about.
Man, look, and I got a quick story. This when we were in the studio making this record.
Yep.
First of all, a lot of people don't even know this record was done 5 years ago.
Yes, it was.
What?
This record was done
Yes,
5 years
5
ago.
years ago.
We did this record at the end of 2019, right
Right before the pandemic?
Right before the pandemic.
Some pre-COVID hits right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So another reason why this record is so special to me, because like I said, I'm a firm believer that timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? And just myself, to the stature that I've built myself up to now, to the platform that I have now, I feel like this record is so much more impactful, not only for my career, but just period. It's more significant now than it would have been back then if I
I
released
agree.
it back then.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Absolutely. So I remember us being in the studio and we're listening to the playback, right?
Yeah.
We're all around and, we're just listening to it. I'm trying not to get emotional. Excuse me.
No, man, let it out, bro. This is
This is really one of the things, and I still have this video in my phone to this day. It's one thing that really touched me and that really inspires me to keep going, especially because it came from this woman right here. So we're in the studio. We had just got done laying all the vocals and stuff. We're listening to the playback, and we're all just nodding, there, just like, damn, that's hard. And I remember Val told me, this woman looked me in the face and told me, she said, you're gonna be a star. And I looked up and she said it again, I said it twice, I meant that. She said it twice to me, no, you're gonna be a star. I have the video in my phone to this day.
Wow.
And like I said, Marvin Brown, he was recording me as I'm sitting
Marvin.
So he was recording me as I'm sitting in the chair listening to it, and then you hear Val say it. She says, you're gonna be, and you see me turn around like that, and I'm looking at her, and she said it again, you're gonna be a star. And I can't even tell you how often I watch that video just to hear her say that.
Come on,
and how much it keeps. I never told her that, but you know now, and what better place for me to tell you than here. But I watched that video just to hear that, because it keeps me going. So when I get discouraged, to hear somebody like this tell me that I'm going to be a star, it keeps me going.
And we're talking about Val, who's been around some of the biggest stars in the history of music.
What I'm
period.
Saying. That's why it hits so hard, because of who it's coming from.
Rick James, 31 years.
Come on.
31 years, Tina Marie. When you look in the Gap Band video, early in the morning, you see me with my thigh-high boots, dancing. I'm on. I could sing, you know. I'm on hits. I'm the voice beyond.
Yeah, and people need to know that. People do know it, but I think we're in a time in this world, and with the generation that would take this and will like appreciate it and let the world know. You need to get your flowers. There should definitely be a documentary on the people you work with, your career, from Detroit all the way to L.A., and then how you paying it forward with my man King Dope. Name of the song is called what?
Reminiscing. Yeah. Initially, the song was really called it 96, only because when I first heard the beat, that's the year it took me back to. It's just nostalgic. So I just thought about 1996, what I was doing that year, being a kid and all that stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a gold herringbone chain, seeing Tupac on the TV. I remember all of that stuff like vividly when I heard the beat. But then as we started to listen to the song more, I got with my engineers, Day One and DJ Cell.
Shout out to Day One.
Shout out to Day One and DJ Cell, man. We were listening to the record in the studio. I was playing it for him. I said, y'all want to put this out soon. I feel like it's time. Like, you should change the name to Reminiscing, because that's what you guys are talking about in the song. Val is saying it a number of times. That's what you do when you listen to the song. You reminisce. So I changed the name to Reminiscing. That's what it is.
Perfect. Well, we definitely going to get into that record. But before we do, I know how you feel about the West Coast, and you support that. So when people say some crazy shit about the West Coast, you know, it kind of triggers you and give you reason to say some things. You want to break down that situation before we go, King Dope?
You know, the West Coast is up right now.
Winning.
You know what I'm saying? Check the scoreboard. It's a lot to a little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we know how the industry feels about us. They don't like us. We all know that. It ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? They throw shots at us every chance that they get. It's been that way. It is what it is. So, you know, you got other artists out here from other coast throwing shots at us, talking about this. It's too much West Coast dick licking going on, and you know, it's like, come on, bro. I me myself coming up in this generation, one of the ones that's in the front. You know, I'm on the front line with this. I'm one of the soldiers of this coast. Me, myself, and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you want smoke with the coast, it's up. You know? And it can stay, you know, on record. It don't gotta go nothing about that. But it's like, yo, my pen is on fire. If anybody wants smoke, it's up with anybody. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna address that, I can address that like right now.
I would love for you to address that right now. Here's the moment to do that.
Yeah, they bleed just like us. Go ahead and let me bust. How these haters thinking they can put it down like us? Or they yapping and talking about who the hardest in the city. Line them up and let's get busy. I bet they do nothing with me. Look, Mr. Big Dog barking, y'all got him activated. I flexed on them. Look how they staring, infatuated. Rappers hate it. From the moment they seen I elevated, told me to my face and said I wouldn't, but we see who made it. Seeds is dying, bloodshed, Jesus crying. I pray to God that he just sees I'm trying. Sees that I am genetically blessed with enhanced physics. Since my body is a temple, I'm covered in hieroglyphics. Battery in my back with a pack charged full of ether. Sharing our body count as I sit and chat with the Reaper. Conversations of greatness. The giants walk with the Nephilim. Put me in any era. I'm a boogie with the best of them. Why would I not go toe to toe with the goats? I was raised in the golden era. I ain't ducking no smoke. You out here speaking on the West. Joey, stop. That's a long reach. Only badass we acknowledge is from Long Beach. Don't play yourself and step outside of your lane, cause it get dark and hell is hot. My whole city in flames. Demons lurking in the shadows. These insidious games. Thanos on the track. Snap and get rid of these lames. Every 16 accompanied with a black hearse. King Dope, bitch. I ain't never spit a whack verse.